Yeah, so I'm recording my second video. I probably don't need these on my head. Why do I have those on my head? I don't need them. I'm not listening to nothing. So, I was just recording the video, Quitters Never Win. And that felt powerful to me. Just kind of, I wasn't regurgitating, I was repeating the knowledge that I've gained from the book I was reading. And I didn't get to touch on all the topics I wanted to in complete fashion due to the fact that I simply did not want to upload a 20-minute video. Because I was at like 12 minutes already. And I like to rewatch my videos. I don't really want to listen to myself talk for 20 minutes. Excuse me. But I like to give everybody positivity to input into their minds. That's why I go through my journal at the end of my videos and I'll spread what I've written down for the sole purpose of you implanting these seeds into your mind. And that's a big thing for me. Implant those seeds. Implant those seeds. Let them sprout. Let them grow, the little beans in your brain. So, something that's imperative in my mind is when you come in, if you watch my videos and I'm giving you these things that empower me, and if you take them and use them for yourself, beautiful. But what I encourage you to do is use the positivity that you've gained. Use these ideas that you've gained, and go inspire other people. Go inspire your close friends. Go inspire your family, and just use the power of support and encouragement to uplift the people around you. Lead by example, and just inspire people to chase higher versions of themselves. If you know people are stuck in patterns and cycles of limiting beliefs and incessant thought, help them through it. Be encouraging. And since I'm already in the I haven't gotten into it, but the topic of incessant thought, how about this? I'm going to encourage you to read a book. The Power of Now. The Power of Now. This book, it's so cliche to say, but it's so true. This book changed my life. This book changed my life forever. And I'm going to tell you why. The whole idea is, wow, this video, if I were to freaking go into this would go on for hours, but you are not your thoughts. You can choose to identify with the thoughts and make them your own, but if you have negative beliefs and negative thought patterns, you do not have to own them. Watch The Thinker. And this is a concept that took me a while to understand. Come back to the breath. Breathe in and out. Notice the space around you. Notice that, and when I say notice, I don't mean think and notice, like think about it, like, oh wow, there were no thoughts there. That'll happen in the beginning. But when you begin to, wow, I'm actually like off track, but not off track, but I've gone to a different realm. I went from encouraging other people, but this is stemming from me wanting to encourage you to dissolve the negative thought patterns. Okay, so I'm still here. Notice the space around you and don't think about it. When you meditate, or when you're just kind of at work or at school or at home and you can't seem to stop thinking, just notice your breath, notice the space around you, and you'll kind of realize that the thoughts start to dissolve. And most of the times, the stimulus response of your body and your brain, and I don't even know if that's necessarily what it is, but you'll think about it. You'll be like, oh, wow, I wasn't even thinking there. I felt clear for a second. And those gaps of consciousness, where the incessant stream, like where it's going like this, and it ends up just kind of like dissolving, when you continue to notice that gap, and that piece, and you just notice it, become aware of it, and that doesn't mean to think about it, you'll start to create bigger and bigger gaps of just no thought, and you can just live in the present moment. And that's the ultimate teaching of that book. That's the ultimate teaching of that book. And you're going to have to go into it more. You're going to have to read it to get the full benefits out of it. I can only tell you that. But what I'm telling you about creating gaps in between the incessant stream of thought, that's very important. I want you to look into that yourself. And notice in your own life, if you're dealing with things like this, where you're just where you might have like limiting beliefs that kind of just don't stop and kind of just stop you from taking the next step or stop you from doing what you love. Notice that and box with those thoughts. You could box with them. All right, so here's what you could do. Being in the present is a whole different thing. That just requires you just being. And for some people, that can be hard. But when I say box with your thoughts, if you have limiting beliefs, not only can you dissolve it by becoming present, but you can also just be like, if I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough, you're like, nah, fuck that. I'm more than good enough right now. You're more than good enough right now. There doesn't need to be any sort of fucking, you're not down here and you don't need to be up here, bro. You're good right now. You're good enough to start right now. And these are the types of things I tell myself. I used to limit myself so much. I used to genuinely like compare myself to anybody that was doing exactly what I was doing. I was like, bro, there's no way I could ever do that. There's no way I can ever achieve what they're achieving. But now that doesn't even, saying that, like if I were to hear that, I would literally be like, if I heard someone saying that next to me, I would literally be like, what are you talking about? And my friends can attest to that. If my friends ever said some shit like that around me, I would literally consider smacking them, bro. You can never sit around me and limit yourself and say things like just negative shit. You cannot be negative around me. You cannot be. This radiant energy that I choose to create around myself, that I choose to build upon, I refuse to have anybody close to me just spewing negativity. And you know where that comes to? I will uplift the fuck out of you. I will educate you on being positive. And you know, the only person I've never gotten through to is my grandpa. My grandpa is a positive, nice person, but he always finds a way to root politics into every conversation. And that's also an incessant thought stream that he most likely has. And I'm sorry, Grandpa, I love you. And that's just something that needs to be repaired with positive affirmation and positive reinforcement. And I'm sorry if this video is coming off as all over the place. It's a video journal. I'm spewing what I got, what's on my mind. I was thinking about it at work, and it doesn't feel right to keep it on my chest. I like to have these beliefs and give them to other people. So, just be encouraging, bro. Be encouraging no matter where you go. If you see a random person and they're like, oh yeah, like my hair got out, my hair ain't good today, like, I will literally tell you, your hair looks great, even if it looks like shit. My mom, maybe I'm wrong for that. Because if their hair really looks crazy, I might be wrong for that. Because I'll really let them go off into the wild looking crazy. Like my friend Chris the other day, he said that he was at work and he had like toothpaste on his face or something from brushing his teeth. And nobody at his job said nothing to him. And I was like, I would have got that right off your face, bro. I would have licked that shit off your... Whoa, see, I'm wildin', but I would have got it off his face, bro. I don't know what to title this shit, bro. I'm gonna title this "Encourage Other People," but you're gonna see the meat and potatoes of what I was talking about. We're 10 minutes in. Let's go. Let's go. What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? Take your vitamins. Take your vitamins. Read a book. Say what's up to your mom and dad. I'm at the tail end of this video. And you know what? I'm going back into the journal. Let's see what I got. I said this in one of my other videos. I track positive outcomes. And here's another one. It kind of goes with the theme of this video. Where is it? It's coming. All right, I'm just going to say this one. Every day I align more deeply with my highest self. Every day I align more deeply with my highest self. These are thoughts that you can use to challenge the limiting beliefs that you have. It's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this today. Every day I challenge myself to become my highest self. Take the actions. And get there. I manifest opportunity. My creativity is a powerful force and it drives me to bring my visions to life. Beautiful. Use these. Listen to what I'm telling you. Repeat it to yourself 55,000 times a day, a minute. I'm trying to think of the one that I was looking for. Something about being in control of my thoughts. I wrote it down. It's really good. Oh, I am in control of my thoughts and I choose to think positively and embrace happiness. I am in control of my thoughts and I choose to think positively and embrace happiness. Very important. Embrace happiness. When I say things like this, I get a beautiful spark in my heart. The universe is always listening, and positivity is the most powerful thing. You must affirm to yourself positivity, or else you will. It might even have a physical effect on you. I'm no scientist, but I feel my worst whenever I'm in a negative mindset, and I choose to be positive for the sole fact that I'm more in motion when I'm just here, bro. When I'm here. So with that being said, stop the incessant stream of negative thought complexes. Find the space. I just did it just now. Oof. It feels so good. Presence feels so good, like physically, just being there. Like I feel my whole body. Stop the incessant stream of negative thought complexes. Reinforce them with positivity and uplift those around you. It's very important because they say that you are who you hang out with. And a lot of times people will say that you can't change people. And that can be true if they are that rooted in their ways of thinking. Because that's always what it comes down to. It's the ego. The ego that is just so densely configured into some people's just being. And that can be a negative one. I always say I'm going to stop, and then I just keep going. Because what I just said was leading into a whole new thing. But just be uplifting to the people around you. I love you so much. Goodbye. I'm ending the video.